What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of a tour through the world of Warcraft. In case you're wondering why am I a Pandaren, well, because this is Mr. Pandaria, and I like the Pandaren. The rest of you who hate the Pandaren constantly, you can all kiss my ass, alright? I don't give a shit. The Pandaren are awesome. I've liked them since Warcraft 3. Get over your fucking Kung Fu Panda jokes. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, when you first come to Pandaria, you're going to actually be looking around here. You're going to board the massive Alliance ship called the Skyfire, and you come here to destroy this Horde base, which is pretty standard and it looks pretty dumb, but in reality this connects you to what I think is the best zone in all of WoW. This is my favorite zone. This is the Jade Forest, and I love this fucking place. It just looks so cool. It's got that whole kind of mystical feel to it. Let's head down below the canopy so we can actually see what the hell's going on down here. You see things like the hose and everything else. You're introduced into the Jinyu, and it's just, there is a lot to do. I mean, if any of you started in Warlords, you know what, if you want something to do, you know what, just come back to Pandaria and do all the quests here, because there is so much to do. And it just looks cool. I mean, there is this, as you can see, since I've been flying for a while, this is a very large zone. In fact, all of the zones in Pandaria were very large. Like, there's the Jade Temple, where you can meet the Jade Serpent. You know, I mean, it's just really cool. There's tons of quests. There's lots of things that gives you intro into Pandaria's history. You can see all the cool architecture. I mean, and this place just has a really cool feeling to it. I mean, this is my favorite zone. In fact, when WoW finally starts to end, I'm just going to get on my Pandaren character, go to like my favorite place here in the Jade Forest, just sit down and wait for the servers to turn off. That's what I'm going to do, because I just think this place is so cool. I think it would be the great place to spend the last few minutes of WoW. I just like it that much. Now, the next place you wind up is basically the farmland of all Pandaria, called the Valley of the Four Winds. This place is pretty cool, and actually had one of the most interesting things about Pandaria is that you could actually get a farm here. You can get your own farm where you can grow like herbs and vegetables and stuff that you need for doing the cooking, and this was also the cooking hub of all of Pandaria. I mean, people spent a lot of time learning how to make all the different feasts for Pandaria, and even eventually learning how to get their very own noodle cart, which I think was a dumb mechanic in that you couldn't make money. You know, people had to pay for the noodles you sold them, but you didn't get any of the money. The money just disappeared. And it was a real shame, because it was a really cool effect. I mean, that thing gave you a huge food buff. Look at this. All of this place just has nothing but farms, as far as the eye can see. I mean, it seems kind of boring, but there's some cool stuff. Like, there's the Storm Stout Brewery. That's a dungeon. As well, there's a lot of, there's like a whole quest line around it. And this actually splits off into several quest lines. You see that big hole in the wall? That's actually where you have a huge battle against the Mantid giant bug people, with a whole bunch of people that you help in a variety of different quest lines. And they actually smash through that wall with a giant beetle, and it's just fucking cool. And you have to kill that thing. It's a really cool event. You get to meet Chen Stormstout. This here is the forest where the hidden Kung Fu master is. I mean, it's just all mystical and shit, and I really like it. It's actually worth doing all the quest lines just so you can see this. And we're going to go to the other part where the rest of the quest lines, because you have to complete quest lines here and in another zone in order to see this part. Now, this next zone is called the Crossiran Wilds. I know it doesn't look very wild right here, but you actually go through a whole quest line to help the Alliance build a base here. And it's pretty fun, and it's a really cool opening scene where when they build this base, but it looks more like the Alliance is invading Pandaria rather than trying to save them. And yeah, lo and behold, the Horde and the Alliance are fighting again. Big surprise. This thing here, I have no idea what it is for. I think it has something to do with the Horde, but I don't play Horde characters, so you know, I don't know. And this is about the first Pandaren explorer who actually rode on a giant turtle called Shenzhen Su that grew so huge it became its own island. There's a lot of like little ruins in here. These are some night elves that actually got trapped here because they transported from some ruins all the way in Kalimdor. And they've been stuck here for months. So they actually got here months before you did. And you got to help them out. And this is where you start getting introduced to the Mogu. These assholes who want to like rule the whole world again because they used to a long time ago. But, you know, get over it. They're like the trolls, the Zandalari trolls. And there's lots of pop references in here. There's a reference to, what was it? One of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. But it's just a little reference. And you have to complete the quest here to eventually do the Mantid invasion storyline all the way in the Valley of the Four Winds. Here we go. Here, this is the Temple of the Red Crane. So one of the 4 Celestials of Pandaria. There's a lot of stuff you do here to like help out there aren't many Pandaren here, but you help out the Jinyu. They've got a couple of villages here. Yep, there it is. There's the Skyfire. You'll normally be bringing that in. That's what you'll be right there is where you'll be riding to go into Pandaria. You do a lot of missions here. I'm not going to fly too close because they actually have anti-aircraft guns. So if you go close to the flying mount, they actually shoot you down. I mean, that's freaking epic. That's so cool. So there's a lot of shit going on. There's also a fishing hub in this zone where you do a lot of fishing quests in order to get the Water Strider mount, which is basically just a mount that can walk on water. It's very handy, especially when you're starting off with a low-level character. If you got a mount that can just run across the water at full mount speed. I mean, that's just handy. Unfortunately, once you're done with this, you have to go all the way to the other fucking side of Pandaria to go to the next zone. Okay, to put into perspective about how far away the next zone is, this is actually like an intermediary zone right here. You actually have to go through it. You have to go all the frickin' way up here. I mean, this is a long-ass way. See? And you always have to run up that because you won't have flying when you first come to Pandaria. And you go into this place called the Veiled Stair. And this is a little inn there. There's a flight path here and everything. But this place used to be really cool because this is where you would do the Rathion, or you would do Rathion's quest line so that you could get the legendary cape, which was just a badass legendary quest with a badass legendary item, as opposed to other shitty-ass legendary quest lines. Ring! Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. And then you keep going up, and you realize that thing's only like about the halfway point. You got to keep going up, and you got to go in there. I'm not going to go in there because I'm going to get dismounted, but I'm going to fly around it. Oh yeah, one more thing real quick is, yeah, see, there's the Jade Forest down there. Yeah, see, that's a lot of cool stuff down there. But that cave, if you take another route, it takes you to this weird place here, which looks like Blizzard was going to do something with it, but they were like, they got that, fuck it, we're lazy option. You know, I mean, there is obviously going to be something here. I mean, see, it comes up here to this little place where you see, like, Pandaren training falcons and stuff. And it's really cool and all, but there are no quests here. There's no story. And there's nothing to tell you what the fuck was going on here. There's nothing here. I mean, it's a cool zone and everything. It's a cool little area, but there's nothing to it. And that's just really damn disappointing. Basically, this was foreshadowing of what we were going to get in Draenor. The entire fucking zone was just what we just saw. The entire fucking expansion. Okay, here's we go to this place. This is the Kunlai Plateau. You see all that out there? That's the whole fucking zone. Those aren't other zones out there. This is one zone. This place is fucking gigantic. There's like crop circles and shit there, but there's a lot of Asian architecture here. And some of this stuff is like actually like a joke, you know, because there's a yak wash, like a car wash, where you actually take a yak through like a car wash kind of thing, and they clean the yaks for you and stuff like that. This is where you meet the Grummels, these tiny little guys that, you know, carry everything everywhere. Some people say that these are actually the real mailmen of WoW. They're the people who deliver the mail everywhere. And over here we have the Temple of the White Tiger. Anywho, here at the Temple of the White Tiger, this is actually a really cool place if you're a monk, where they like teach you the ways of the monk and shit like that, the real advanced shit, and that's really fun. You climb up the mountains here. This is a Kunlai Summit. I heard this is supposed to be the tallest mountain in all of Azeroth, but I'm not sure. Right here, we have the... this is where the... What are those guys called again? The Mogu. This is their burial grounds. You actually have to go looking through these tombs to try to find the Thunder King before the Zandalari do. Of course, you don't. You get there like right after they do. You see the several Mogu emperors are buried in those tombs. And this just keeps going up and up and up. See? I mean, you tell this is pretty tall, but I think the mountain that took me to Mount Haijo, I think that mountain is actually bigger. I don't know. I don't know, because there's a whole zone on top of the mountain. This is a mountain sitting on top of a plateau. So it's hard to really tell. A lot of people like to do is they like to go to the very top of this mountain and then jump off the mountain and use a glider to see how far they can get. They go to all the way to the next zone. It's really fucking far. This is... Oh, this is the Shadowpan Monastery. It's a dungeon. And it's where the Shadowpan train. You can meet them, and there's a lot of quests you can do for them here. You actually find out that they're kind of dicks. You know, they just don't like foreigners. This huge wall that actually is like a ripoff of the Great Wall of China is called the Serpent Spine Wall, and it's massive. I mean, it's so fucking huge. It could be a zone all in of its own because it goes across basically the entire continent of Pandaria, essentially walling off a huge section from the rest of the continent. And we're entering into the next zone right here. Okay, this is the Too Long Steeps, or Too Long Steps. I don't know. This is where you're going to be doing a lot of quests. Two things you're going to be doing here. You're going to be working with the Shadowpan to fight the Yangul, and you're also going to be working with them to hunt down the Shah of Hatred. I believe it was the Shah of Hatred. And you're going to want to get rep. This is basically just for rep with the Shadowpan, and you're going to want that because... it's the only way to get this sweet-ass helmet that I have right here, the Shadowpan helmet. It's a cosmetic helmet which any character of any class can use. And this place is pretty damn fucking creepy, actually, because it's not desolate, but it's not as thickly forest as some of the other areas are. Right down there, that is the over there. That's the Shadowpan Garrison, where you're going to be taking off to head off to the Isle of Thunder. Yep, there's one of the Celestials, Nizao, the Ox, basically the Celestial of all Brewmasters, and this is his temple. He's supposed to... They say he's called the Black Ox. I mean, I can see where some of him is black, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to really fit to me. I mean, there's high cliffs here. These huge trees are called Kaipari trees, where massive bugs, the mantid, they like live in them and use their sap for everything. The mantid have been on the rampage. You can see they destroyed some sort of outpost here, and to defend the Nizao Temple, they destroyed the bridge, but the mantid are just rebuilding it. They do everything with like bug stuff. I mean, it's kind of gross. I mean, that bridge that they're building right there is probably made from like their spit and everything like that. That's kind of gross. Some of these weird things are pointless. Like this tower. There's a huge tower right here. There's no way in. There's no quests involving it, yet it's just there. And there's actually a really hilarious quest line you can do here. It's kind of fun, where you help some Pandaren build like a special relic, and they think that the plans for building it are a beer recipe. So it's just funny. And from here, we'll be heading off into the next zone. Okay, now as you can see, things are getting dark and pretty fucked up. These are the Dread Wastes. This place is totally overrun by the Shah of Fear. Pretty much one of the worst motherfuckers you ever met. Right there, that's the raid called the Heart of Fear, where the Shah of Fear has possessed the Mantid Empress. Anywho, you actually help out some Mantid good guys called the Paragons. You like wake them up. They are a series of quests that take you all over this fucking zone, and you wake each one of them up from being frozen in amber. They are basically like ancient warriors of long ago. And you also want to do rep with these guys because they give you like some mounts and some pretty badass looking weapons. And look at, see, there's the Serpent Spine Wall. It actually keeps going unbroken all this way. There are quite a few quests to do here. And there is just so much story in this zone. I mean, I could not even begin to describe it all. There's also a lot of dailies that you got to do here, which is actually very tedious. I mean, that's one thing I think a lot of people hated about Pandaria was the dailies. I don't think it was so much the pandas, they're just for kids. No. I think it was the dailies. That was annoying. I like the Pandaren, though. The Pandaren are awesome. Once again, for all those of you who hate them, you can kiss my ass, all right? I like them. The whole reason I started playing this game was because of the Pandaren monk. I actually started playing this game in Pandaria, so you know this expansion is very dear to my heart. Okay, from here is the actual entrance, the main entrance into the final zone, the max level zone, which is only level 90. And see, look at this. It's under attack by the Mantid. The Mantid are trying to get it. Look at this freaking fortification. My god, this is awesome. The Serpent Spine could have been a whole zone in and of itself, I swear. And that takes you here to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. It's a pretty cool zone. There's actually quite a few quests here, and once again, you're getting a lot into the Pandaria lore here. But as you can see right here, it's been pretty much destroyed. It was destroyed when they did the last patch of Mists of Pandaria, the Siege of Orgrimmar, and Gayrosh, the freaking asshole, he basically woke up the heart of an old god and set off a huge explosion that just infected everything. I mean, this place used to look a lot cooler. It was a really cool looking zone. It's a very small zone, as you can see. Like, just in those few seconds, look, we're already at the end. So you're at, let's see, right there, that's the Horde hub. It's basically the Horde capital city for the entire Pandaria thing. Right there is a dungeon, and underneath it is a raid. The dungeon is the Mogushan Palace, and above it is the Seat of Knowledge, where you actually do a lot of shit for the lore walkers. God, I can't say that right. And here is the hub for the Alliance. But you will actually come here much sooner than you should, really. You'll actually come here before level 90, because there's a quest line. You don't have to do it anymore, but you had to do it back in the day when, you know, Mists was still the only expansion. You had to do it in order to get into this place. You had to do a quest line in the, what was it called again? Right here, Kunlai, the Kunlai Plateau. You had to do that quest line in order to unlock the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. See, you would actually go in through this gate with a bunch of refugees, and that you would actually like follow them, and they would take you to the hub. You wouldn't actually go out questing in the Vale yet, not until you reach max level. You would have to do questing in the other zones first, but you actually couldn't get in at all until you did this quest line, because there are actually several places where you could actually get on top of the wall in several places, but you couldn't jump off and get into the Vale. It was kind of annoying. I actually thought it kind of sucked, because I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get to the last level zone right away, yay! But you see this like sparkly shit. It actually like acted like a wall, like an invisible wall, and it wouldn't let you in. Okay, so here we are on the Isle of Thunder. Yeah, you can see why it's called that. This is where the Throne of Thunder raid is, and there's a lot of questing and stuff that you can do here. A lot of dailies. Yeah, see, there's Jaina Poundmore. And here I am riding the Water Strider, because it can run on water. Now you have to take a portal to get here. It's not attached to the actual continent, which is kind of a shame. And as you can see, because I'm running around, there is no flying in this place. So you start off helping the Kirin Tor set up their base. You gotta defeat a crap ton of the Zandalari trolls, who are being used as meat shields by the Thunder King. I mean, he don't give a shit, man. He just let them all die. This whole place is one massive swamp. Like, it's kind of creepy, actually, even by my standards. And basically, you just spend the entire thing. See, there's the palace. I mean, that's way bigger than the Mogushan Palace. I mean, damn, man, look at this place. Believe it or not, this place is still frequented by people to this day because of the Green Fire quest line. It's for warlocks, and you get something that allows you your warlock's fire to be green. And he's like, this is all Zandalari shit. They shouldn't attack me because I'm really high level. As long as I don't do something stupid like run through them. This place is also home to another world boss called Nalak. He's this big blue dragon, and he drops a mount, so people often come here to kill him too, as well as help their friends to get the green fire quest line started. I mean, look at this place. This place is badass. They really went all out with this place. Hell of a lot better than some of the other expansions we got. Trainer! Excuse me, I'm sorry. Dude, I gotta do something about this sneeze, man. You also do a large chunk of your legendary quest line with Rathion here, because he wants you to help him use the forges that the Thunder King uses to make his weapons. Yeah, see, this is the forge, the Thunder Forge, where he makes his weapons and infuses them with the power of thunder. I don't know. Assholes. The Zandalari have camps, like, all over the place. You can always tell when you're near horde shit, because they all just live in mud huts and other, like, you know, stuff you could set up in a couple of seconds. Okay, actually, sorry about that. Had a major technical difficulty. My internet actually went down while I was in the middle of filming. Fuck you, Frontier. Those motherfuckers. This is the Zandalari shit. Yeah, they actually got a fucking T-Rex wearing armor here. God damn, that's pretty cool. I mean, as lame as they are, as basically all Horde-like races are, yeah, that's right. I don't like the Horde. Fuck you if you do. All right. For those of you who say the Horde is better, I have two things to say to you actually. Alterac Valley and Isle of Conquest. Yeah, you can see that basically. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, so here we are again. My internet keeps fucking up. Goddamn. Yeah, see, that guy's like a world boss. Not a world boss, but he's just like an elite that wanders around here. He's getting his ass whipped by some other player. So, really, other than the Zandalari shit, there's actually is some other things to see here. Just let me get out of their little crap hole of a camp here. See, there's more Mogu ruins elsewhere. And what you want to do, let's see, here we are. We're coming up on the Horde section. This is where the Hordes have their little base. Okay, I am trying this shit one more fucking time because I am getting pissed off here. All those little pauses you guys have been seeing have been my fucking internet screwing up. And my internet is shit. Oh, see, this is what's really cool. Look at that. Ooh. Yep, somebody killed a Kraken. It's still alive, but... And it's not the one from Cataclysm, Ozumat. But, oh yeah, he gonna die. See, up there is the Horde section. I actually don't want to go there, because they're like level 100 assholes up there, and I don't really feel like fighting them right now. Horde still sucks. There's a lot of places you go for questing, like that big tower right there. There's a lot of things for questing in there, but mostly what you do if you come here nowadays, you're going to be rare hunting. You're going to be looking for the world boss. Ooh, it got real quiet all of a sudden. That's kind of eerie. The rares here are worth killing for transmog shit, or if you're trying to do the Greenfire quest line or something like that. I mean, that's what most people do when they come here nowadays. I mean, back when it first came out, this place was, like, crowded. I mean, this place was packed. There were tons of people here. Oh, shit, he's after me. Oh, he's after me. He's going to get me. No, he's not. This is pretty fucking cool. See, I love the fucking architecture of Pandaria. This place was designed so fucking awesome. Not like the lazy-ass shit you see in some other expansions. Trainer! Excuse me. God damn, there's that fucking sneeze of mine again. I don't know. Anywho. Oh, it looks like my internet is finally working for shit. Oh, he's not... I forgot I got hit by an enemy, so I can't walk on water right now until I resummon him. So this is the Isle of Thunder. We'll be moving to the final zone, which is actually connected to the continent of Pandaria and not instanced. Instances. I don't know. Okay, we're coming up on the next zone. I'm flying really high because this is a no-fly zone again. And you can see it coming in just now. You can see it coming in. And I'm going to be dismounted. But I have another way of getting around this island here. This is the Timeless Isle. Ha-ha! Can't kill me. So here it is. You can pretty much see all of it from up here. This used to be the place to go right here for good gear, because everybody used to kill the world boss in that temple right there called Ordos. And he was like a really tough boss. Thing is, though, you could only get in there if you've done all of Rathion's quest line for the Legendary Cape. If you have not done it, then you can't get it anyway because the damn thing doesn't exist anymore, which I think is fucking stupid. And there's this thing up here, which I think is pretty cool. It's some sort of weird crimson pool. You would think there would be like more story behind it, but there's not. You're wondering why I'm circling like this? It's because this thing only lasts for a few minutes, and then it's just going to dump me, and I'm probably going to die falling in the water. Actually, yeah, I should just head for the coast. There's a pirate ship here. That's really cool. And this place has some of the toughest, the toughest enemies in all of Pandaria. I mean, some of these guys, Pandaria's max level is 90, and some of these guys are like level 94. And once you get here, you can't mount up. You can only run around on a ground mount. But there's so much diversity just in this tiny little place. One thing that's really famous is there's this huge whale shark that swims around the entire island. Once again, this place is a place that people go to farm rare spawns. Like tons and tons of fucking rare spawns. Also, what you want to do is you also want to come here to farm rep with the last Emperor of Pandaria, Xiao Hao, by killing these cheap Mogu called the Yangul, and you get rep for just slaughtering them because these guys are, I guess, are dicks or something like that, and Xiao Hao doesn't like them. So when you kill them, it makes him happy. So as you can see, people still come here often to farm rep, and that's because Xiao Hao will give you a pretty sweet mount if you're like exalted with him. Problem is getting exalted with him takes fucking forever. There's a destroyed Pandaren village here, inhabited by ghosts of Pandaren. They are aggressive and they will attack you. And you see that little shrine that's sparkling right there? You can get them and get like a random buff that will last as long as you're here. This is basically the center of attention right here, is the arena where you can fight any of the Celestials. Well, right now, only the crane is up. Kill him and another one will pop up. But you can do it once a week to get some decent gear, but not as good as what you get from Ordos. But people just get that shit for Transmog now because the Draenor gear is actually better. You can talk to this guy to do a tournament where you can get any one of these battle pets. These are actually like the children of the Celestials. So you can actually get them as a battle pet. That's kind of weird and creepy. You know, I mean, it's like Pokemon. Take a celestial, powerful being and lock him up and put him in a ball and stuff and make him fight other beings for you. That seems legit. There's also, let's see, one of the most pain in the ass rare spawns is up here. Like these guys here, these guys are like level 92 elites. These guys are fucking tough. And there's, I forget what he is. I forget what he's called, the Harbinger of Flame or something like that. But anywho, this guy's like a world boss in and of himself, even though it says he's just an elite rare spawn. But his level is like 93. So he's pretty fucking tough. There's lots of dailies here. There's tons of dailies. But this is where people used to come for like this Crystal of Insanity that would give you a good buff. But you can't get anymore. I also used to get something I used to love here. It was the Sacred Lily Pad or something like that, and it would give you a druid ability for your specialization. So I would get a druid ability on my monk, and that was so fucking awesome, but they killed it when Draenor came out. So that was pretty damn stupid. I hated that. There are rare spawns everywhere. Like there's one that comes in here. He pops up. These guys are all elites and regulars. There's like a little shell game you can play in that cave over there. This one, I never really did figure this out, but you're somehow supposed to be able to get in there. And then there's a rare spawn that pops up. This whole island is actually an Easter egg hunt too, because there are hidden chests all over the place. Right there at the graveyard, you can play a trivia game, and you can get this island's currency, which is timeless coins. Basically, every expansion has this extra currency. There's mining nodes. This place is a place that people used to come all the fucking time. They would kill these frogs in massive numbers so that they could get their treasures and stuff like that, because they drop some pretty rare shit. There's the pirate ship again. See, and there's actually like human pirates, and they never explain what these guys are doing here. You know, they're just here. And there's actually a cave like directly under there. It doesn't really do anything or go anywhere. I don't understand that. Some of the rare spawns are actually, you have to go through like a really convoluted way of summoning them. Like there's one you can do here. You have to, like, these little sprite things are friendly, But if you click on this crystal, they become unfriendly, and if you can kill like a crap ton of them, a rare spawn will appear. And then there's this one right here. If you take one of the cranes from the coast and manage to lure him over here to where this dead one is, a tiger appears from up there and attacks it, and that's another rare spawn that you can kill. So there's like this whole island. I thought this was great end game content because rather than just tons of like grinding quests, I mean these are actually like mini games of hunting monsters, or mini games of like doing something weird. Like there's a statue towards the top of this route that I'm taking where it would send you up in the air and you had to a few seconds to float down and open chests on the way. Oh no, they're after me. Evil cow. These guys are like yaks or something. Another reason people come here is because you guys saw the Cloud Serpent I was riding on. That Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent is actually dropped from a rare spawn called Hulon. And he pops up very rarely. He basically looks just like that. So people often come here, and one of my friends hates me because he's been trying to get that thing fucking forever, and I actually got the mount twice. And it was stupid because the second time I got it, it was so stupid. I couldn't sell it, and it was soulbound to me, so I couldn't, put it up on the auction house or nothing. I mean, that was just fucking lame-ass shit. Oh yeah, another thing that you'll see here, you can't see it right now because I already got it, but there are these chests that pop up in certain spots. They're only here, like, when you first get here. So once you open them, they're gone. There's one that pops up over there. These guys are all, like, level 90 elites. So you won't be able to get it if you first get here. But once again, this isn't the current expansion, so you probably won't really ever come to the Timeless Isle, which I think is a shame. I mean, I really liked this place. I thought it was pretty good, but it was just kind of dumb that we had to sit through it for like over a year, So, I mean, you could only do everything in this place so many times before you start getting bored. That's what I think everybody got burned out about. But everybody was like, oh yeah, so great, Warlords is coming out, yay! And what do we get? Even more boredom. Some of these rare spawns are actually so tough, they can kill you even at max level. Even if you're level 100, and like my character right here has got over 700 gear score, and some of these more powerful rare spawns can fucking kill me. Okay, see, this is what you do if you have the cape from Rathion. You don't have to equip it, you just have to have done it. And you go over here and... whee! You can actually get over here like I did, like using the glider. Like I did. And you can actually get over here on your own, but without completing Rathion's questline. But as soon as you try to get in here, the game kicks you out and like dumps you all the way at the bottom of the mountain, which I think is fucking stupid. I mean, considering that they removed the questline from the game entirely, the least they could fucking do is let us come here whenever we want, so we could farm this asshole for transmog. I mean, he actually looks like a pretty badass boss. He's pretty fucking sweet. Okay, guys, and that has been our tour through the Mists of Pandaria. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I love this expansion. It was my first expansion, so... this is when I started the game, so I love it. And let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me see what other content. Next time, we're going to actually be traveling through the final expansion, well, the current expansion, the Warlords of Draenor. And I guarantee you that's going to be a pretty goddamn short expansion. It's going to be a pretty short tour, so we'll see what we get. So see you guys next time.